Hi, welcome to American Literature. My name is Mrs. Ortiz, and I'm so excited to have your student in my class this year. Now, this year more than ever is going to be a fun and unique challenge because we are, of course, on distance learning. But I want to assure you that as a teacher, and I have kids of my own as a parent, I'm doing the best I can to try to make this transition to distance learning as easy and tear-free as possible, stress-free as possible. So let me tell you a little bit about this class. So first of all, American literature is what's called a survey class, which basically means that we're going to be kind of going chronologically through the years and talking about literature, which makes it kind of fun because we get to get with the historical aspect of literature as well as what's actually happening in the text. Now, this class I've been teaching for 4 years. This is my fourth year teaching this class. I've been at Valley Christian for 4 years, and I absolutely love it. I also teach 4 sections of African American literature. So this year, your student in my class, they are the only class I have of American literature. So they are the special ones because I only have one of them. This class is really built on 3 big foundations. So there are 3 things as a college prep class that I really want to do and help your student develop in before they leave my class. So the first thing is reading. Okay, I desire that your student reads well and reads closely and that they think critically about what they've read. So a lot of what we do is encouraging them to develop that skill. The second thing is writing, because that's a lifelong skill that we all need, and especially as your child goes on to college, right? We all know how important writing is. And so I really seek to develop their writing skills so that they can present themselves well in a written form. And then the third thing that I really built this class on is discussion. And I believe it is just absolutely fundamental to be able to lead, hold, and have a good discussion with people. It's just a good skill to have. And so a lot of times in class, if we get a good discussion growing, I believe that does so much for our learning. We hear from other people, we learn, we get to change our views about things because we've heard somebody out. And so I really take a lot of time to develop our discussion skills. Now, with us being on Zoom, sometimes discussion is a challenge because some kids don't want to pipe up, and it's the same in the classroom. Some kids don't want to pipe up and say things. So I do try to ease us into discussion so that it's not so scary for some people. For homework, as far as distance learning goes, there should not be very much, if any. So when we're not in a novel, I try not to assign homework, and if I do, it's pretty sporadic. When we're in a novel, the only homework is for them to read for 15 minutes every day. So that becomes very manageable to just read for 15 minutes every day. Now, our textbook is one that you can purchase online at Shelfit. It's actually called My Perspectives. It looks like this, and it's My Perspectives American Literature. And I do know that quite a few of my students ordered the book. They have the digital version, but they've also received the workbook. If your student did not receive the workbook version, that's okay because they should have access to the digital version. And if they have trouble accessing that at any time, they can come and talk to me, or they can, our Zoom librarians, our librarians have a Zoom room that you can just pop into and see that. In addition to our book, we're actually going to be reading 2 novels, To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee and The Great Gatsby by Fitzgerald. So those are the 2 other books we're going to be reading. And I do give kids a 2 to 3 week lead time before we start those books, just so that you guys have time to prepare and buy those books. If at any time you guys need anything from me, if you find that your student is having homework and it's happening regularly in this class, like they're not finishing things in class and they're having to do it later, please let me know, because my job is not to burden your student. We are in a pandemic. This is a tough time. I don't want to burden and stress people out, but I want them to learn. And so there's ways to do that without burdening them with homework. So if they are getting burdened or weighed down or overwhelmed, please feel free to let me know. If you have questions, comments, you want to chat about anything, please feel free to email me. That's the best way to get in touch with me. I respond to my emails within 24 hours. And my email is jortiz@vcs.net. So jortiz@vcs.net. I am looking forward to a fantastic year with you and your student. Have a great day.